Hey y'all, and welcome to episode 3 of our Golden Lands live gameplay. We are in the middle of cutting down wood. Unfortunately, I changed my mind on doing the no off-camera stuff just because honestly, if I did logging off camera, that would be really boring for y'all. So I went ahead and cut down some trees. I can't remember exactly how many I've put down, but you can see over here, it was several. So we're gonna harp into our tractor here. Whoops. And head to the store. It is raining, so I'm not going to look at doing any kind of contracts or anything. But we're going to get us a piece of equipment to help us handle the logs. Now I did use the forestry helper to cut the logs into 6-meter lengths, because cutting them into liftable lengths was taking too long. So I went ahead and just did it into 6-meter lengths. And I'm hoping, at least with the first load, we might only have one load cut already. But I'm hoping at least with the first load, we'll be able to pay off the leasing costs and maybe a little extra. But we'll go ahead and head down to the store so we can get it. Alright, so let's go ahead and go into the shop. Wood transport, and we're going to get this timber trailer right here. And we are going to use the auto load function on it. Alright, all that looks good. So let's go ahead and lease this for $2,100, which is 2/3 of our money, but like I said, hopefully we can make that back easily. And I also remember right before we got on to get the tent installed so we could have a place to sleep. I don't know if y'all could hear that TV in the background. I'll be right back. I'm going to go turn it down. I didn't know if that was coming through on the mic, but just in case. So let's go pick us up some wood. I wish the patch that had a field and trees closer to the shop, because you can't do cuts in live stream. But if you remember from the last episode, we planted canola in our field and weeded it. It's also fertilized. We haven't limed the field yet because we didn't have enough money to get the fertilizer. The lime spreader at the time. So let's try to get even with logs so we can load them up kind of halfway straight. I don't know if I'm close enough. Oh, we were. Sorry if I'm sniffing, y'all. My allergies are acting up, and when they're this bad, the only thing that helps is Benadryl. But the only problem with that is if I take it, Within 20 minutes, I'm dead to the world. Oop, we got some branches we missed. I don't know if we'll be able to cut them while they're on the trailer. Nope, apparently not. Oh well. Let's see if we can get the last of this wood right here. Nope. So let's go ahead and take this load to the store and see how much we get. And it looks like it could hold more, but I guess because of those branches, it's registering too much. So that's okay. We can make 2 trips. Ain't no big deal. I do love the simplicity of this map. Oh, and y'all, if I do repeat myself, please overlook it because I've had so many anthrax shots. My short-term memory is shot, and long-term memory ain't that much better. So if I do repeat myself, just please overlook it. Alright, let's see how much we get for this load. 13,993. Oh, we still got one. Let's sell that one too. I don't want to drag it back. So I made 14,000 off that. More than covers the leasing cost of the trailer. And I'm thinking we only have about half a load left on the ground. But this trailer worked better than I thought it would. I know I've done it with the 18-wheeler trailers with 6-meter logs. Or no, 8-meter logs. And because it did it in 2 stacks, they were just a little bit too long and they got all wonkified. So let's go ahead and collect the last of this wood, and like I said, since it's raining, I don't think we'll do any contracts, but I might cut some more trees down to show you exactly how the forestry helper works with the length. Because I know y'all saw it last time with the weight. I think we need about 40,000 to get the stump grinder I want. And anything y'all watch my series, I do. Y'all probably know which one I'm going to get. It's the best one out there. But like I said, I think it's 40,000. Why ain't you picking up those logs right there? Let's back this up and see if we get on this side of them, if they'll pick them up. Because I know those are definitely too heavy for us to pick up by hand. Alright, let me bring up the help menu, see if there's a way to loading side. Don't look it. There's a way to change the unloading side. So let's see here. It's on left. Let's go to right. Let's unload these and see if it'll pick the other ones up as it loads these. And we got another branch. Could be messing us up. So if this is y'all's first time watching this, the gist of this series is we gotta get to owning 3/4 of the map. We start off with a $500,000 loan. We have to pay that off. We have to have 100 of each type of animal, not counting horses. 75% of the land, a minimum of 8 production points. And that's the highlights. But for the full rules of this challenge, you can go to the description to see the full rules. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get nearly as much for this batch. Probably about half. Yeah, about half. Well, a little over. We got 13,000 for the last one, so 7,000 for this one. Maybe now we'll pick up those other trees that didn't want to grab earlier. So, my nose was itching. Wasn't paying attention. But yeah, universal auto load is very convenient. I mean, having liftable pallets on console is nice. Because I started off as a console player and then swapped to PC once I decided I wanted to try YouTube out. And then the world of PC mods came to light, which I knew of some because watching other content creators, but a lot of them are so, how do I put this, quality of life mods that I wouldn't want to play without. Alright, why is it not log mode enabled? Shouldn't be telling me to download. Okay, I don't know why those aren't loading. And if any of y'all are wondering why my menu keeps changing size like that, I play with the Xbox controller, but some of the commands I have to use keyboard for, so when I swap, it changes to whichever one I used last. Alright, so let's go over here and change our weight limit to, whoops, 200 kilograms. And we're going to have to manually load these ones, I guess, because they don't want to auto load. It's not a perfect system, but it does help. Alright, that one's good. Let's go to this one. Cut it there. Cut it there. That one's good now. And alright, all these should be liftable now. And they are. So we'll just throw them in here. Ooh, I don't like that. Let's bring it over some. There you go. Yeah, sometimes it works good, sometimes it doesn't. This is one of those times it didn't. Oop, there's one. Ooh, that one's almost too narrow to, or too short to sit on the rails. Let's see if I can worm this one in. Yeah, it ain't going nowhere. Do the same with this one. Actually, let's go. This one looks longer, so. Oops. And then one, two more. And then hopefully the rest of the trees will do right and we won't have to do it this way. Oh, I was wrong. We had 3 pieces left. We actually have enough to lease the tree harvester. I think it was 21,000 to lease that for an hour. I don't like that. There we go. Go ahead and strap these down so they don't decide to take off on me. Alright, now let me show y'all the desired length. So you got length and weight, which I could cut these down, use super strength to line them up, but I'm not going to do that because that's not me. I like to play semi-realistic, not fully realistic. So we just come down here, shave off the tree limbs, which honestly I hate how it does in 25. In 19, I'm doing a Throwback Thursday series on No Man's Land. I thoroughly enjoy how the trimming works on FS19. This one is it's very finicky how it works. So we find the end of our log and we just find the purple line and give it a slice. And we do that down the whole length. And you don't have to have the green line right on the purple. Oops. I like to do it just, I don't know why, I just like doing it that way. Yeah, that one almost fell off. So let's go. Whoops. I didn't realize which way that fell down. Let's go pick that log up, and then let's go ahead and place us a sleep point down, get out of the rain, because it's supposed to be raining the rest of the day, so. Okay. I guess since we got the shorter logs on there, it won't let us load the other ones. So we'll go sell these and then put us down a sleeping point. And another thing I decided to do on this series, if y'all are new to it, I'm going to start paying off 10% of my crop income towards the debt. Get rid of the help menu. This way I don't forget to pay it. I'm not using that for contract work. Just our crop income, a minimum of 10%. Rounded to the nearest 5,000, of course. But doing that, I don't think it will take too long to pay off the debt. Right. Get off our belts. And 2,500. Hey, that's the price we paid to lease the trailer, so. And then we'll probably just keep it overnight. So we'll incur the daily fee. I doubt we have much time on it. In fact, let's make sure we're going straight, because I don't want to run into other people's fields. And we could check that real quick. All right, so select. Let's see, we got 0.2 hours on it, so yeah. We'll incur the daily fee, but that's it. Now, eventually, once those trees are cleared right there, we'll use that to build our farmyard area. I can see right now we have nothing. All right, kill that. Let's go ahead and place down a sleep point. Farmhouse. And we'll go to the camo tent. And let's see which way it's facing. Whoops, wrong button. All right, I don't want to face the road. So we'll put it right there. And then let's go ahead and sleep for the night, get out of the rain. I haven't even checked the weather forecast for next month. It looks like we're going to have rain tomorrow too. Or October. But November's supposed to be sunny. And then we run into some snow. So let's go ahead and sleep until the morning. All right, good morning, y'all. And it's now October, so we should have some stuff that's ready to go under contract, but we'll give it a minute to let them populate. Let's go ahead and try to load up those logs we cut yesterday. Now they want to load. All right, they're loaded up. Let's put our trailer lock in so we can back this thing up properly. All right, let's see what kind of contracts we have available to us. Unfortunately, harvesting we can't do for a simple fact it fails as soon as we do it. Could do some spraying contracts. Actually, I think we'll do this mowing contract. We'll put it on a worker, let them do their thing, and then we'll um, cut some trees, more trees down. So, whoops. Let's go ahead and hop into that tractor they got for us. Yeah, Fent Vario. No, I used to not like Fents, but they've grown on me. Them and Deutsch bars. All right, so let's see where this contract is at. All right, so all the way to the end of the map. We could do that. Yeah, I never really use Deutsch bars until my buddy started trying to convince me into playing um, Owendale, Michigan, which is actually a pretty fun map. And it's like, no, I've never used these before. So I went through Mod Hub and got all the Deutsch bar I could find and started using them just to see how they were. And they're actually pretty good tractors. Let's go ahead and fold these. One thing I don't miss from FS22 though is the contracts where you had to mow, ted, bale, and deliver the bales. Those seem to take forever. They paid good, but they just seem to take forever. So it's nice just having just mowing or just bale transport. All right, this should be our field. Just make sure the worker knows what they're doing. That looks good to me. So do your thing, bro. All right, and while he's doing that, let's hop back over here. And then let's do some logging. Another thing I do like about 25 is the 19 is it's easier to control where your trees fall. I know I have a hard time getting trees to fall the way I want to on 19. But like I said, this is a lot easier to do on 19D Lemon. At least it didn't fall on our field. That's good. I think we got them all. So let's go ahead and get us some 6 meter lengths cut. There we go. I know I ain't gotta kneel down to cut those, but it's habit. When you get down to the end, you gotta. Or not really kneel down, but squat down. And this grass is kind of hard to see them where you got cut. We'll leave it be. We'll go ahead and run by squatting. Another thing that confuses me about 25. Can't run with this chainsaw unless you're squatting. But honestly, I don't know much about programming, so I don't know how hard it would be to actually make it to where you know, do that programming, how all that works out. All right, and it looks like we got all these too, so let's come down. That should probably fill up our trailer, hopefully. All right, our marks here. And we crossed the logs. I saw it around here somewhere. There it is. And this should be the last one because that's thin. All right, let's hop into our tractor and pick these up. And then we'll see how much space we have, if we need to cut another one or not. Get turned around because I like loading from the left side for some reason. I don't know why. All right. Okay, it's another log that doesn't want to load up. I hit the tree. Oops. All right, that one don't want to load up either. I think that one's actually longer than 6 meters. Could be why it does. Probably because we're stuck on it. Yeah, we didn't trim that one down all the way. Let's go ahead and lop this end off. How heavy is that? 275 kilos, so it's too heavy for us. Let's get rid of that. Okay, that one might be able to load. If the tree don't block our view. Never mind, we ran into the tree. Oh, I still got the pin locked. There we go. Steers much more better when you unlock it. Alright, that's not lifting. So let's go ahead and take this load to the store and get us a front loader attached to this tractor so we can lift the stubborn pieces of wood. There we go. Yeah, I'm guessing this will probably be, I don't know, $5,000 to $6,000 worth of wood here. Which the front loader probably costs us about $7,000, and then the attachment to pick up the wood would probably be a couple hundred. Which I don't think would be too bad. I mean, it'll be worth it if the auto universal load feature doesn't want to work. All right, we're 46% done with our mowing contract. Once we sell this wood, we'll see if any other good contracts have come up. Yeah, I tried researching why my harvesting contracts were failing as soon as I selected them. But the only thing I could find really was the bug that Giants had when the game first came out. So My research didn't really do me too good. I don't know if I even have a get front end attacher on this. Let's see. I cannot. Well, I don't think we have enough to buy one that does. I don't want to lease a tractor just for a front end loader. And no, we don't have enough for a telehandler. So we'll just let those pieces be for now, I guess. Oh yeah, I was going to check the contracts. Spraying, and stone picking. Stone picking takes forever. Cultivating, we could actually do that one. Yeah, we'll do that one because I've never used versatile tractors before. So let's go ahead and get the equipment. Yeah, I haven't used too much from the Plains and Prairie pack. Used a little bit from the Mercedes-Benz pack, and then a lot from the Kinlig expansion. And what's that other pack that came out last year? Oh yeah, the Nexat. I took the wrong road. I did not like the Nexat at all. I mean, in real life, it's a pretty cool piece of equipment, but on this game, I can't stand how it steers, honestly. I think Giants might have done a better job on that one, but you know, it is what it is. I think I used it just to do a couple shorts, and that's it. Let's back out a little bit. Ooh, articulating tractor. I'm not a big fan of those. Alright, where is this field at? At the opposite end of the map. Makes it easy to get to. Ooh, and this is a slow tractor too, only 16 miles per hour for the max speed. Oh well. But yeah, hopefully we could get that grove of trees over there cleared out by the end of the year and have our farmlands, or yeah, farmyard started going. That'd be the plan. That's the plan, anyways. If we're successful, I don't know. I've never did a start from scratch on hard mode, so I don't know how well it's gonna go, but we're gonna see it through. I do like the cloud shadows on here, though. I mean, Giants has done some things wrong, but they've done some things right. I mean, I'm not a Giants hater. Just sometimes some stuff that they do kind of irritates me, I guess, because they have the potential to be doing so much better. Let's go ahead and start unfolding this because our field's right there. That's another thing I don't really like about this game. If you don't take a contract to harvest the field and you're playing with seasonal growth on, it'll wither the crop. In real life, a farmer would go ahead and get it harvested. Oh, let it save. All right, let's look at the growth to see where he ain't got but a couple of passes left, and ours is still a while away, but we're weed free. Like I said, our pH is low because we didn't have the money to get the lime spreader. Our nitrogen is perfect, and our yield's going to be pretty low. And our overall score is a 62 because uh, nitrogen is at 0, even though we put nitrogen down, but pH is maxed out. I don't get that. Whoops. There's some things about precision farming that I don't understand, even though I've used it a lot. And then with our field here, looks like we're on growth stage 3 of 9. So we got 5 more months till this is ready to harvest. So I'm going to turn on super strength for a minute just to get these out of our way. Put them somewhere where we won't forget them. But we know these ones won't be picked up by the auto load. And if I manually load them, it won't auto load the other logs that will go. So let's go ahead and move them over here. And it looks like our contract on the mowing field's completed. So let's go ahead and collect on that. Get 4,600 for it. I guess it wasn't done. The contract was complete. So what I'm going to try to do is get these to fall that way, so we can try to not have trees overlapping each other. What I'll probably do is go through, cut 3 or 4 down, delimb them. Then after I've cut all of them down, delimbed them, then I'll go ahead and cut them to size. Yeah, I was thinking about it because I'm reading a book right now. It's actually a very old book, very popular book too, from what I understand. Lonesome Dove. It makes me think about, how, back in the day, this is how people actually had to make fills. They had to cut the trees, clear the land, move stumps and stuff. A lot of movies and stuff romanticized the cowboy way of life in the frontier, which the author of Lonesome Dove put it in a more realistic light. It's a real good book. If you're into reading, I would recommend it. Ooh, I didn't cut that the right way. Oh well. We should still be able to delimit, I hope. Yeah, it's delimit. But yeah, doing forestry on farm sim makes me think about that. Of course, nowadays they still do that in places like where the Amazon forests are and stuff. Which, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't deforest that rainforest. But, I mean, people do got to eat. Not trying to be controversial or anything, but, we do have, what, 8, 9 billion people? Dang, I can't fall off a tree for nothing now. But 8, 9,000. Don't cut it, just trim it. There we go. Whoops. That's going to be interesting to cut up. Let's see if we can do the last one without crossing over any other trees. Let's see. Yeah, not that one, that's for sure. We'll have to go get this one if we don't want to cross the tree. Even though that one might too. But we'll try to get kind of even with the road, or parallel with the road, I should say. And I don't think we crossed that one. It's close though. Uh, but yeah, I've never done really clear trees to, make room to planting really. I mean, I did do raised bed garden, and I was going to put some 2x2 garden beds sunk in the ground a little bit, and about, I don't know, 4 inches into the dig, started hitting pine tree roots, and I was like, nah. But imagine having to clear acres of land to grow food for your family. Whew, that would suck. All right, this one is, looks like it might be, oh, there it is. I missed it. All right, that should be it for that one. Let's find our other three. And our cultivating contract is 34% complete. So let's find our pink lines or purple lines, whatever color you want to call that. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was going to fall up or fall down. I cut that one a little too far up. How much is this? 72 kilos? We can carry that one. All right. How heavy is this one? 205. Did I not turn super strength off? Okay, I did. Oops. All right, so we got 2 more logs, and then we go sell some. And of course, the logs would want to be cut right where they were crossing. Right, and all right, we got one left. Yeah, I doubt I could pick that one up. Let's see. 200. Oh, it's 200 kilograms exactly. But it's not letting me pick it up. Oh well. Let's concentrate on cutting this one. There we go. Yeah, I think all those other ones I was too careless and they had that green line. matched up with the pink line, so it gave it the wrong size, so that's why it's not picking them up. Alright, all the logs are cut. Now, will it let me outload all of them? That's the question. Let's go ahead and back this trailer up. I love the lock axle mod. Alright, so let's go ahead and pick these up and go sell them. Alright, looks like we're halfway done with that cultivating contract. I forgot to lock the axle. Alright, let's see if I can do this the proper way. Unlock it if I go straight. At least it's picking most of them up. Can't really ask for more than that. Not getting that one. Straighten up the trailer so we can lock it and then back it up. Yeah, it's kind of, I like it that it's all harvestable or tree harvestable trees on here, but it looks like they're all the same type, unfortunately. It's not wanting to pick those up for some reason. Alright, well, in that case, let's go ahead and sell these ones and try to come back for those. Maybe I just didn't come to the right size, but with this load, we might have enough to get our stump grinder. Ooh. And that's why you unlock your axle when you drive straight. You know, we could grind some of those stumps down and get rid of the grass too, because that makes it hard to see the logs in some places. Though it's definitely not nearly as bad as on Wompsville, which is an excellent map, by the way. If you have never played it, go check it out. It's by DTAP. Very good map. I prefer the forestry one, but there's a forestry one, a farming one, and a DIY map. The only thing is, if you do play on that map, don't put anything in, any mod in that adds a field type. There's so much on that game that it will mess it up. But honestly, the way the map is, you don't really need to add anything else. Alright, let's see. Alright, so we made 8,282. I don't think that's enough to buy. Unless it's one in new cells. Of course there ain't. Why would there be? Yep, it's 40,000 for what I want to get. So we don't quite have enough. But I do think we will pay off some of our loan. Just because interest sucks. Just like in real life. So let's go ahead and pay 20,000 of it. Wait, did I see? Oh, my seeds and fertilizer. I was like, I don't have a salad. Why is anything showing up there? But I forgot seeds and fertilizer will show up because technically I do have those and you can sell them. I mean, you can't really sell them for a profit if you buy it from the store. Because that's another one of my rules. I'm not allowing myself to get a buy everything station, even if it's not the cheap one where you pay full price. I'm going to inconvenience myself enough to go to the store. Well, the forecast said it was going to rain, but I don't see any. All right, we're at 72% complete with our contract. And let's go ahead and see if we can load these now. No. I don't know why it does that. So let's back this up out of the way. And we'll go ahead and move those two. Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely not light enough to carry. So just throw these over here with the other ones. And one day when we can afford it, we'll get something to pick them up with. Yeah, I know what y'all probably thinking. If you're picking them up to move them, just put them on the trailer. Which, you're right, I should do that, but I'm not. I think we got one more over here somewheres. Yeah, there it is. And that should be all of them. Let's, whoops, wrong button. Let's go to the aerial view. Yep, nothing but stumps over here. We do have that one right there we can grab over by our weeder. Yeah, I think that's longer than 6 meters. Does that say how long it is? Length 12.3. Yeah, that's a little long. That's one of the ones I lost in the grass. So let's go ahead and get our saw and cut it down. Whoops. Cut it down to size. Yeah, let's stack this one on top. And let's check see if we have any more contracts we can do. Ooh, we got a lot now. Let's see, cultivating, fertilizing, harvesting can't do. Plowing, farmland 93. Where's that one at? 93 is right here. I think we'll go ahead and accept that one because that's 6 grand. Well, minus the 640 for leasing the equipment. Ooh, wait, never mind. I hate those plows. We're not going to do that one. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do another contract. We'll go ahead and just hand load these logs into that trailer and sell them. because we're almost done with the other contract. It's at 87%, and we're getting close to time to end the stream, so we'll load these up by hand since it don't want to work right. Guess I should have pulled forward a little more. Oops. And hopefully, when we have enough money to afford a harvester, we'll get better cuts. Then we won't have to worry about me messing it up. Harvester will cut at the right length either way. Plus, I love using a tree harvester. I don't know why, it's just soothing to me. But then again, I am weird, so there's that. And eventually we'll buy us a trailer too instead of just leasing one. And we'll probably go for a bigger one. All right, and then there's this one. That should be our last one. It's not a full load, but with those being different sizes, it definitely won't let us auto load it. Let's go ahead and turn that off. And head to the store. And by the time we're done with that, we should... Gotta remember to unlock the trailer. There we go. Easy fix on this game. In real life, not so easy. I've had to fix trailers where they didn't pull the pin and they went down the highway, and granted the pin about inch and a half, maybe 2 inches in diameter, sheared halfway through in between the two pieces of metal that they put it in to lock it in, and took a lot of oxygen and acetylene and a lot of swings with the sledgehammer to get that pin out. And then having to bend everything back into place. Whew, that was a nightmare. About a 12-hour day because the driver was too lazy to take 4 seconds to check the pin. But it happens sometimes, I guess. I've got 6,000 for that. Not too bad. I think we'll get back to our field, collect that contract that we just finished, and then probably just call it a stream. So please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe and click that notification so you don't miss another episode. And I hope you will join us next week for the live stream. And I will also invite y'all to check out my series I'm doing. I'm doing the Broke to Baron on Drummond Farm by Farmer Donkey. And then starting Tuesday, I'm doing the Angela Contracted Domination Challenge by Rusty Money Gaming. That'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays and Fridays. The Broke to Baron's going to be Mondays and Wednesdays. And on Thursdays, I have a throwback Thursday series, which we are currently doing No Man's Land on Farm Sim 19. All right, so let's go ahead and collect our contract. All right, and we are up to 5,200. I mean, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong number. $2,900, almost 30,000. So I'll see y'all next week on the live stream if y'all join. Thank you for watching.